All right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
It was Game 5 of 162 from Phoenix. The Yankees were taking on Ketel Marte and the Arizona Diamondbacks, reigning National League champions. And Luis Gil was on the mound for the New York Yankees, making his season debut. Aiden from Fireside Yanks is with me tonight to talk about the game. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
New York City.
Just when they thought I was out. Hey, pull me back, kid.
Hey now. We got people saying I'm asleep. No, we're just with a guest. It takes a little bit longer to check the sound and all that good stuff. Some peppy music to wake you guys up. And if you're just waking up on Tuesday morning, we got some good news for you. The Yankees are 5-0. I wanted to wear the fun hat, but couldn't fit it over the headphones. So welcome back, everybody. Aiden Bechamp, did I say that right?
That's about right. That's about right.
Close enough. It's like horseshoes and hand grenades. It counts if you're close. So how you doing, Aiden? You have a fun time watching this one?
Oh, I had a great time. I mean, pretty early on, the Yankees took, big lead there in the fourth inning too, I believe. And, it just a tale of the team so far this season. It's been fun, all 5 games so far. You really couldn't ask for a better start.
In my wildest dreams, I wouldn't have said that this team would go 5-0 to start the season without Garrett Cole, without Tommy Kahnle, without DJ LeMahieu, and with Aaron Judge kind of slumping a little bit. But let's take a look at the highlights here while we talk through things. Aiden, you and I were both on the Luis Gil bandwagon this spring. I nicknamed him the real deal the first time I watched him pitch. What is it that you saw from him this spring, like metric-wise, that piqued your interest?
Well, I mean, it's always been his fastball, even when he came up in 21 and the short time he had in 2022. His fastball has always been electric, and from the get-go, at the beginning of spring training, it was still there. But the biggest focus the Yankees have had with Gil and what they've wanted to get out of him is his command, and they want his secondary pitches to be a lot better because he can't rely on his fastball all the time. And something that we saw, I guess midway through spring training, is that his changeup was starting to become really, really effective. And I think that's what probably got him the starting pitcher job.
Yeah, David Cohn was talking on the broadcast, in case you missed it, about, it was like accelerated, what's it called? Accelerated, I forget where the ball doesn't drop or whatever. It's like, I forget what he called it, like accelerated lift or something, exaggerated. I don't remember what the word he was. Anyway, he's got good ride on his fastball. Like it doesn't drop, it stays up. And I can't remember the term that David Cohn used. Damn it, I wish I could.
Induced vertical break?
That's what it is. That kind of, there we go. Induced vertical break. That's why, look at the big brain on this guy. That's why I'm having you on. That's just a mouthful. I couldn't remember it. But, yeah, I mean, another guy who looked great right there, Nick Birdie. Absolute cheese, 98 on the corner. What are you seeing from Nick Birdie?
I mean, the guy has really, really nasty stuff just all around. I'm not quite familiar with, what exactly his pitch mix is, but it seems like he's throwing frisbees and just everything. They're dropping, weights out there, his off-speed stuff. It's really, really impressive. And, he's someone who struggled with the Pirates, I believe, and he's been through some injuries too, but it's just another, diamond in the rough that the Yankees have found, and he really showed out in spring training, and he's going to be a big part of this bullpen this year.
They're really good at finding those guys from kind of out of nowhere. But, all right, you mind if I give these people a quick recap? That's what they tuned in for, and then we'll go through your notes and all that stuff. So, first inning, Aaron Judge ripped a line drive. Now, he only had 1 hit tonight, so he's not there yet, but I am expecting him to break out any day now. He's hit the ball hard the last couple of days, and once he starts to do that, it won't be long. We had someone in here last night that said that Judge was a bum because he got off to a slow start. I find that kind of fan the most irritating, the most, have a little bit of patience. I mean, what more does this freaking guy have to do for you to have a little bit of faith in him? 62 home runs, MVP. Last year, 37 home runs in 100-something games, 105 games. 2 3 home run games. He's our captain. He's going to be fine. Are you with me, Aiden?
I'm with you. I mean, I think we got to give this guy a little bit of slack considering how much time he missed at the end of spring training. It's kind of hard to just, pick it right back up. I know he got a few games at the tail end of it, but let's cut him a little bit of slack here. And, it's game five of 162. This is a really small sample size. He's one of the best players in baseball. He's one of the best players we've seen in the Yankees in decades. So let's give him a little bit of time. He's going to find it.
All right, let's go through the play-by-play here. So Luis Gil, I thought, got hosed right out of the gate. He had Ketel Marte struck out on a changeup to lead off the game. It was 93 miles an hour. It hit the bottom of the zone, but then he did strike out Corbin Carroll on a high cutter, and then he got Christian Walker. Those are two really good major league hitters, and he just blew them away. He didn't get super deep into the game. He was pulled after 84 pitches, but keep in mind, everybody, he's coming back from an injury. He's still essentially a rookie. He hasn't pitched a full season in the major leagues yet. So I think the best is yet to come from Luis Gil. 4 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, did have 3 walks, and one of them was BS. He did strike out 6. Turn down your volume. Let's make some noise for Luis Gil. The real deal. Had somebody complain about my sound effects, but you see the fastball just exploding through the zone. Good late break on the cutter, 93 miles an hour on a changeup. That's legitimate big league ace type stuff. If he can develop that little bit of a break and pitch that you said, maybe Garrett Cole can teach him that good, 12-6. They've got the same kind of heater. If he could teach him that good 12-6, he would be nasty. Volpe had a great day. Beautiful piece of hitting in the second inning to smoke an opposite field double. He had 4 hits. Oswald, I keep saying Oswald Peraza, but it's Oswaldo Cabrera put the Yankees on the board again with a bloop single. Stay hot, Oswaldo. I want to make sure we talk about this later, whether or not you feel like the resurgence is real. I feel like he's playing with a lot of confidence right now.
I think so too. I think he kind of heard the chatter going on through spring training and at the beginning of the season, and that put a little chip on his shoulder and some off-season adjustments, and he looks like a new player out there.
Yeah. I liked him when he first came up. He had that great spring training last year, and I think he fell in love with hitting home runs because he hit so many home runs in spring training, and that screwed up his swing, and he just never got it on track. But right now, he looks a lot more like the guy from 2022 than the guy from 2023. Torres had a multi-hit game. He made it 2-0 with a double. Yankees had a big third inning. Great at bat from Verdugo to draw a walk. Another line drive single from Volpe to make it 3-0. Productive out. Wells hit a sac fly. We've seen more productive outs from the Yankees this year. Better winning baseball. And Volpe making things happen with his legs. The Diamondbacks start throwing the ball around. And Volpe's just playing like a much more confident player this year. Smoking line drives, running the bases, playing good D. He's carrying himself differently. Just looks amazing. D-backs got a run in the 7th. Luke Weaver made he made it interesting, let's say that, but he did work out of trouble. 8th inning, Volpe smoked a down-and-in breaking ball into the left field corner. 4th hit of the game. His average to begin the season is .571. That leads the team.
He's on fire!
Nick Birdie lights out again in the 8th inning, also phenomenal. And the Yankees hang on to win 5-2.
Ball game over. Yankees win.
All right.
You're a winner.
Start spreading the news indeed. All right, Aiden, you are a guest on this channel, and I'm going to let you do the honors because we have a guest on for a post-game this year. They're going to get to pick the belt winner. And really, there's 2 choices in my mind. There's Luis Gil, and then there's Anthony Volpe. Gil obviously returning to the big leagues. 1 hit allowed, 6 strikeouts. Really set the pace early, but Volpe, 4 hits, his first ever 4-hit game. The Yankees' second 4-hit game already this season. 2 doubles. What you got?
I was between those 2 guys too, Gil and Volpe. And while I really love Gil, and I've been on him all spring training, and I think he's going to be a really fantastic pitcher throughout the season, I'm giving the belt to Anthony Volpe. I mean, the guy had probably the best night of his career so far. A 4-hit night, 2 doubles.
There we go. That
Two
really
doubles,
was the best
2
night.
Singles. Yeah, and something like his plate discipline still looks fantastic. That's the biggest difference with him so far this year. His discipline has been amazing. He's spitting on pitches. And really, the whole team is doing a really good job at seeing pitches, and Volpe's working those counts. His swing, he's got a new swing. It's more level, they say, and it looks amazing, and he's making great contact.
I had to rebuild all my belt graphics because I accidentally deleted the folder yesterday. I was mindlessly clicking and working like I do every day for hours and hours and hours, but I tried to delete the folder under it, and I just misfired. It was just like and I was sitting there looking at it. I was like, there's no way I just deleted that. And then I looked down into like the other nested folders, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was looking for like an undo button, and I was like, oh. So I had to rebuild it. But Anthony Volpe, first belt of the year. So what did you think about Boone going to get Luisio when he was 1 out away from a win and only at 84 pitches?
You know, I really disagreed with it, and at the time, at least, and I was sitting here yelling like, "Oh, just let him get the one more out, let him finish the inning, a nice even 5 innings pitching line." But you know, this guy's coming off an injury, and they're really trying to be more careful with him. You know, they were even talking about it on the S broadcast. You know, there might be some. I don't know if it's an innings limit, but they're gonna maybe give him some breaks throughout the year just to let him come back from the injury better. But, you know, he would have gone longer if, you know, he just had better command. But I think it was okay to take him out that early. You could let the bullpen do the job at that point.
Let me run this one by you. Nino Favi says Volpe leadoff. I said it after the first game of the season when he had 3 walks and was eyeballing all sorts of pitches. I said, if he has at-bats like that for an extended period of time, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, then you have to consider him for leadoff, because with his speed, you combine it with that ability to take pitches and control the zone, not going for home runs all the time. What are your thoughts on Volpe as a leadoff?
Absolutely. I mean, this is something we've been talking about a lot over at Fireside. Anthony Volpe, if he takes this step that the Yankees want him and what we want him to take, he's going to be a great leadoff hitter if he can do that. You know, he's got the speed, he can steal those bases, and as of right now, he's seeing a ton of pitches too, and he's working walks, he's hitting the crap out of the ball, and you know that's what you want out of your leadoff hitter. So if he continues to take this leap, I think the Yankees have their guy at the 1 there.
Yeah, we got a super chat from Sawbelly, who I'm surprised is up this late. Says completely different team this year, should be a fun season. Yeah, it's got definitely more vibes of the 2022 season than either the 2021 or 2023 season. To me, it comes down to a couple of things. It's not just Soto, but Soto's a big part of it. But it's like just having lefties in there. You know, Verdugo, Wells, it just takes that constant low and away slider rhythm away from the pitcher. I mean, you could cut through this lineup and there would be like 5 guys in a row who you could get out with a low and away slider. And so they would just like get into that rhythm of throwing the same pitch over and over and over and over again. And now it's like, all right, well, you get through Soto, then you got Judge, and then you got Rizzo, then you got Stanton, and then you got Verdugo. It's like every at bat is just somebody dangerous and patient.
Yeah, I mean, another thing too is, you know, we have actual outfielders now as well.
Yes.
Like we don't have infielders playing the outfield. We don't have IKF or Jake Bauers out there. You know, you go and replace one of them with Juan freaking Soto. But, you know, I haven't liked Verdugo so much so far, but he's definitely an upgrade with what we had last year. And I think, especially the change at hitting coach, I think that is, you know, something that's really shown so far is that's been really, really effective in making this a completely different team this year.
You know, that's where I wish that there was something like Hard Knocks or whatever, where you get behind the scenes looks at the coaching staff and all that stuff. Because I want to contrast what the hitting coach was last year versus this year. Like, what are they teaching that's different? What is he saying to get through these guys? They've also, and I don't think there's been enough attention given to this. They hired that liaison to the analytics department inside the clubhouse. And he's like some kind of like MIT scientist with like, he speaks like 8 languages. He's like basically the smartest man on earth. Like if there's an asteroid headed for Earth, like you call this guy and you're like, come up with a plan. And that's the guy that the Yankees went to. And apparently they're paying him a lot of money to just filter out the garbage. Like, you know, here's what you need to focus on, Volpe. Here's what you need to focus on, so-and-so and Cabrera and so-and-so. And everybody in this lineup looks like a tough out right now. Even Stanton.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like you even look at the bottom of the order too. Like tonight, I believe it was Volpe, Wells, and Cabrera at the bottom of the order. Each one of them had an RBI, and you know, not only are they hitting well, they're seeing a ton of pitches. I think if you go and look at the stats, pitches per plate appearance, I think the Yankees lead so far, and that's huge. Yeah. If you have a team that can work walks and you work that starting pitcher out and you get to the bullpen, your offense is going to explode. And the Yankees, you know, at points they haven't had great quality of contact while they're working these walks, but that's something, you know, that's going to show over time. I think this is going to be a really, really potent offense this year. I think people have to watch out.
Austin Wells looks good to me, too. He has some patient at bats. Like, I know he's not tearing the cover off the ball. I think the one he hit tonight would have been close at Yankee Stadium. I don't think it would have gone out, the one he hit to the warning track, but it would have been close. He's got immense power. We saw it last year. One of the home runs he hit against the D-backs was way up in the bleachers. He's also been taking a lot of pitches. As you said, you know, everybody's been patient, but him in particular, I feel like has been eyeballing a lot of close pitches. And to have these young guys come up that have such command of the strike zone, I feel like it's a testament to the fact that pitch recognition is a skill. They used to think that it was just like an innate ability, like, you know, Ted Williams was just born that way or Juan Soto was just born that way. But you can develop it. And I think we're starting to see the system that has put so much focus on that sort of, you know, bear fruit.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly wonder what they're doing. Like, what is the training methods for pitch recognition? Like, are they doing VR stuff now? They're doing some metaverse type stuff. Is that what they're doing? Because I've seen something like that.
There's a few things. So there's this VR headset. It's called Win Reality, and what it does is it takes a picture that is basically a hologram, right? VR video game world, but it looks very realistic. Got a real motion capture pitching delivery, and there's all sorts of, you know, motions and stuff. And you can program in the speed and the pitch variance and things like that. I've used it. It's amazing. And you'll see pitches coming in at like 100 miles an hour, and you got to learn to like eyeball it. And then they have this computer program where what it does is it shows you the pitcher about to throw the ball, and he releases the ball, and then the screen goes black about an instant after he releases the pitch. And the hitter has to identify what the pitch was and whether it was a ball or a strike, right? And that's just something that they do to improve the cognitive abilities. Like they're really getting deep into like neuroscience and visual perception and things like that, which is something that I love that they're doing. It's something that the Dodgers do, that the Rays do. Like this, but the Yankees have more money to spend on it than the Rays do, you know? So that makes me excited that they can get all this technology and really invest in the future that way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think that's the Yankees have been trying to model their organizational practices like the Dodgers and the Rays. And when you have the budget that they do, you should be, while you can spend a lot of money on free agents, you can go give Juan Soto $1 billion next year. Let's put a lot of that money in the R&D, not just the player development, but the research and development. How are you going to make this team better? How are you going to develop these players? And, you know, that's something I really like that they did even with the analytics team this year. Obviously, we know the analytics was not working last year. The communication was not there. So to see an investment and to see, you know, a realignment of that department is something I'm really loving to see from the organization.
So how long does this streak go? I mean, tomorrow and the next night are not amazing pitching matchups for us, but I thought that Cortez threw the ball well after the first couple of innings last week, and I thought Rodon showed me something. Like, the velocity was definitely there. So, I mean, and they say momentum is as strong as your next day's starting pitcher. If we can keep running guys out there who can give us a good start, and we can keep wearing down pitchers and getting big hits, no telling how long this thing can go. First of all, I want to get your prediction and what you saw from Rodon in terms of his last time out.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'd like to say the streak's never going to end. We're just going to win every game going forward.
162-0, baby. 162-0.
My quantitative, my math specialist.
My quant. I think we can ride this high for a while, but it wouldn't shock me if it happens, tonight or tomorrow night, or tomorrow night or the night after, rather. But if I had to guess, I think that they maybe drop the game tomorrow and then take the game at the end of the series with Rodon on the mound. And so what I saw from Rodon, I guess that was Friday, right? Yeah. What I saw from him is, I don't know if he was nibbling or if his command was just not there a lot of the points. And I think it's the latter. I don't think his command was really great Friday, but the stuff is still there. His fastball still has a lot of life on it. His slider is still, like a Frisbee out there. And if you go and you look at the Stuff Plus, Stuff Plus is a stat that takes into account a pitcher's RPMs, all their induced vertical break, their horizontal break, their velocity, and it grades those pitches out. And it gives an overall grade to the pitcher for all their pitches and how they've performed over the year. If you look at Rodon after his game on Friday, he is – I don't know if he would be top 3 after tonight because of another game. But as of this morning, he was top 3 in Stuff Plus with 125. Which is a really, really good sign from him. Just hopefully he can figure out that command and go deeper into the game.
I was trying to put on the fun hat. Somebody wanted me to do it in the chat, but I just can't fit it over the headphones. And I couldn't fit the headphones over the fun hat, obviously. So, well, we do what we can. I'm going to say the Yankees win the first 8 games of the season. I'm going to say they win through this trip, and then they win on opening day at Yankee Stadium behind Stroman. And then maybe they drop one. That 8 feels like... That seems like the point that they get to in recent years where they start to wobble, like they're taking off and then it's just, they start to wobble. The question is, will this team reverse course like last year's would have, and after they have this winning streak, throw a losing streak up that's equally as long? That's what we need to avoid.
Yeah. I mean, let's not even talk about last year. That's for sure. Let's just hope, honestly, I hope they go 10-0 just to start the year. That'd be really great. Hopefully I think the Rays might have set the record last year for like the first 13-0 start. So I hope we break that. I really hope we do. I don't want to think about last year.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's getting pretty late, so I'm going to play us off here a little bit. Got to do our little 5-win dance. 5-win dance. 5 in a row.
You got to go.
And to all of you waking up in New York who didn't watch the game, you missed a good one. Final chat of the night from F. Semensky. Says, Cashman really peed me off when he didn't sign a free agent pitcher this spring. Heel made me feel a little bit better tonight. Cashman is still in my doghouse, though. Gotta love Yankees fans. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back tomorrow night after the game. Aiden, thanks for watching. Everybody go watch and subscribe and all that stuff to Fireside Yankees. They do great coverage, he and Ryan over there, and they deserve to be in that upper echelon of channels with me, honestly. So we'll see you guys next time.